Hello everybody, and I am back, and I figured that hey, I've made quite a bit about gender videos, and specifically with non-binary, so I kind of figured I'd give you guys my full scale of what I believe is real genders and what I don't believe is real genders. Now, if you all have ever seen me do my gender playground videos, you definitely get a little more of a feel from that, but, it's making fun of Tumblr video, the Tumblr, good enough, Tumblr genders, and all that crazy stuff. So I'm currently showing y'all, and yes, I know the screen I'm using to show the picture on is correct, but this is a picture of basically how I see gender as, in a sense. Like, I believe you can be really anywhere on this spectrum. Obviously, the more over here you are, pretty much you're female. If you're over here, yeah, you're pretty much a dude. If you're here, you're just really androgyny, whatever. And whether it's more masculine or feminine, and then you get the demi-genders, which it's like you can be any of those. You can be demi-girl, demi-non-binary, demi-agender, depending how far up on that you are, or if you're really anywhere, kind of. You feel like demi-guy, and then of course, just straight up agender, like. And I think I fall along. Gosh, somewhere along in this area here-ish. Somewhere basically, somewhere between, like, demi-boy and agender, but I overall feel I do technically fall under like a demi-agender, I think, but that goes agender, just keep it simple. But yeah, so, and I'm like, if you feel like you're like right there in the middle, maybe you're gender neutral. And I feel like, yay, you can feel like both male or female at the same time. You can feel like you're both of whatever. You can be fluid on there. You can fluctuate and all that stuff. But I don't think you can be anything outside of this. You might use a different label because you might have a different experience with how you feel it, but that doesn't mean you're not somewhere amongst this. And if you think you are, well, even your whole sociological definition of gender basically rolls you out of that, because by definition it is male to being masculine or feminine to culture / society. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, you can be in between male or female, and you can feel very detached from gender altogether. And maybe you're some variety of, you kind of feel detached, but you still kind of feel like you match up a little bit. I don't know, but you're not like, you don't just pop up off over here somewhere, because that's not how that works. And now, if you can provide me with a logical argument for that, well, we can keep talking about that, but quite frankly, have fun trying to come up with anything logical, because quite frankly, even agender is a very skeptical thing to me, like, even though that is what I feel like. But, hey, whatever. Well, just to give an idea, since I have been talking a lot about being non-binary and, kind of need to make sure that it's clear that I don't necessarily believe that there are millions of genders, because, I mean, sure, you can be anywhere on here, but that doesn't necessarily, mean that if you're like, oh, I don't know, like, trying to figure this out. Where's my finger? There's my finger. Hello, finger. So, like, I mean, if you're like, okay, there, I'm gonna zoom in. If you're like up here or something, or like you're up here or whatever, but you're not all the way down here, that doesn't, come on, zoom out. That doesn't necessarily make you magically another gender. Like I said before, I consider myself demi-agender, just because I do feel a partial connection to gender still, specifically more masculine. But, yeah, so, but, I'm still like, to make it simpler, I can simply say agender. And I mean, even with demi-agender, it's like, it's not like I'm making a radical claim. I'm like, I say that because I am like somewhere between demi-boy and agender, like, not because I'm like slightly off of agender or slightly off of demi-boy. It's like, and like I said, I kind of fluctuate a little bit between demi-boy and agender, and so, yeah, I mean, I guess that's an idea, and I don't know, some people might think I'm full of bullshit, and that's fine. You wouldn't be the first. I mean, hell, just being transgender by itself has already made me full of bullshit, and being conservative or religious has made me full of bullshit, so, uh, like, so, yeah, just to give an idea and let y'all know that I'm not trying to advocate for, everyone has their own special little gender. I just believe you can exist anywhere on here, but, please keep it simple. By the way, down here it says neutral with androgyny. That kind of bugs me, because honestly, a lot of definitions I've read actually match neutral with agender, and I feel like it can be used for both agender and androgyny. Honestly, like, from what I read, is more of a, I got a lot of actually mixed things from different places, but my understanding is Nichwa is more dysphoria related, and whereas agender is more of just, is still dysphoria, but is more specific, I guess. I don't know. But hey, you know, this video is taking longer than I needed to be, so I'll go ahead and stop for now. But thanks for watching, and don't create magical genders out of nowhere, please. Or else the genders will attack. I don't even know. I'm done. Good night.